Valley Club comp arrives for the Vampires vs. Zombie events. Is it good enough? You will get to vote for who's going to be part of the new Thunderbolts team very, very soon. So which characters are going to be on this team? And details from Battleworld are coming very, very fast. So will this new game mode be a bust on arrival, or is it going to add that much needed fun factor back to Marvel Strike Force? We're discussing all of these things and more in this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. Joining me this week all the way from Room 6 in Cosmic Crucible is my brother Updog. And if you're ready for all of these topics and more, then brother Updog, let them know what to do.
Smash it.
Oh yeah, welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope you guys are smashing it. I am ValleyFlyin, this is Updog, and this is your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. We do this every single week, keeping you up to date on everything that has happened and is upcoming in Marvel Strike Force. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. At least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on the channel. News videos like this, question and answer videos like this, reveal videos, everything to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. But it's been a while, brother Updog. How's your experience been so far, or recently in Marvel Strike Force? Enjoying it? Kind of indifferent, negative experience? How has it been for you?
A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. We'll talk about it later, but the new character release has been kind of up and down.
Yes, but the actual new characters, how do you feel about the new characters outside of the release? Good characters, bad characters? Do they need to add more flavor for these characters? Are you liking the new characters or no?
I think like in general, like as teams, like the Orcus team is really cool. The Night Stalkers team is really like a good, mix of characters. But as far as like Night Stalkers and raids, I have Odin and Mephisto, so I can just get through the raids just fine without them. Orcus, they were actually helpful, obviously, for the raids, but they designed.
Pegasus wasn't doing much before Orcus arrived.
Yeah, but they designed the raids for Orcus, so there's that too.
They called it the Orcus raid. So,
yeah.
All right, but yeah, the new characters. I'm liking the new characters. The release method. We'll talk about that. Is very questionable, but there's more new characters coming that you get to vote on. They're going to have more admin team, and they mentioned they have concluded HERCULES has been saying for years the mystical metal that indestructible magical properties can be used in weaponry. HERCULES, when you first saw this, what did you make of this this little tease of HERCULES? Is HERCULES coming to the game? They mentioned Ares here. It's going to be on a team with Ares. Right. Is that what they're also teasing? Not just this Thunderbolt team?
Yeah, maybe it'll be like the Undying team. Maybe we'll get HERCULES. And then slowly we'll just get added more members over the years.
We're getting HERCULES. I mean, I don't know the comics, the universe too much. I know there was Zeus in the Thor movie, so maybe year 3. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on what it means for HERCULES, but let's talk about what we do know. Justin Hammer, Robert Kelly, or Victoria Hand. Now, we got some profiles of some of these characters here. Senator Robert Kelly. Now, this is a character related to the X-Men universe, designer of this, or not the designer of the Sentinels, but is a proponent of the Sentinels and is a villain of the X-Men. And I guess he's going to get some kind of Sentinel suit if he wins this vote. What did you think of this Robert Kelly include, or this Robert Kelly character potentially in Marvel Strike Force? Is this a character that could get your vote?
I don't think I'm going to vote for him based on the other 2 people, but it is kind of cool. He is in the MCU a little bit. It's in a couple of the movies. It's kind of cool that he's like an android, half robot, half man type thing. But it's a cool idea, but I don't think he's going to win the vote. All
right. Well, let me know your thoughts on Senator Robert Kelly, Valley Club, as we move on to the next character that you could vote for, Victoria Hand. Now, this is a character that I haven't heard of. She hasn't been in MCU, or if she has, I haven't noticed her. She's got some cool tech pieces here. How familiar with Victoria Hand are you?
I didn't know about her when we first saw this. I had to go look her up. Apparently, she was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. So she's got some cool tech.
I missed her. I watched that show.
Yeah, she's got some cool tech, but I think the third option is going to get my vote.
All right, and the third option is this guy, Justin Hammer. You saw him in the Iron Man 2 movie. We got this big Gatling gun. We got this whiplash sort of armor here that he might be making. This is the character just getting your vote?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I like Justin Hammer as a character. even though we do have a lot of mech suits in the game, you know, I still think he's going to be a good character to have in the game.
But we don't have Whiplash, so this is kind of a replacement for Whiplash until I don't know if he's ever going to come to the game, but maybe. Now, the big line here in all these characters here, regardless if you're going to vote for Thunderbolts. Now, there's a Thunderbolt movie coming out. All the characters that they teased in that trailer are already in the game. Do you think they could add other characters to the Thunderbolts, not just the characters that are in the MCU, but traditional comic book characters? I think Zemo was in there. There's a few other characters, Thunderbolt Ross, obviously. Do you think some of those characters could be added when you first saw this Thunderbolt thing? Where did your mind go when you first saw Thunderbolts on this?
Yeah, I think they could do some variants, you know. They could do a Zemo variant where he's just in regular clothes or something like he is in the MCU. Maybe they could do a Thunderbolt Ross like president or general
Harrison
type
Ford.
Character. Yeah, Harrison Ford. Yep. So there's some options they have, I think.
All right, so a lot of different ways they could go with this. I think they said the Thunderbolts movie, at least right now, is scheduled to be released May next year. So maybe that's when we're going to see the team take a couple months before or afterwards. But let me know your thoughts on this. Who are you voting for, Valley Club, as we move into the next big news that we got? This trailer, this more information for Battleworld, which is coming. Now, they said fourth quarter 2024. I'm excited for this. What did you think of this? You got to play this on the test server. It wasn't made available to me, but I just had a lot of real life stuff going on at the time, so I didn't get on this. What was your first impressions on this, the Battleworld as you experienced it on the test server? Because that's actually those two test servers. Let's talk about the first two test server experiences. What was your experience with the first one?
The first one was just a complete disaster, honestly.
How bad was it? I saw the comments in the Envoy chat.
It was bad for some parts because, well, first of all, they gave us Gear 14 characters, which not a lot of. That's not like going to be the majority of the player base, but I get why they did that. They wanted us to see if a new alliance could get enough points to go through the zones.
And the answer was yes, I believe, right?
Yeah. The Envoys did a test and the Player's Voice did a test. I believe the Envoys got through all the way through, but the Player's Voice had to kind of be pushed through by the devs on the back end. But
Envoys smashing it, even without all the Envoys participating, Envoys smashed it.
Yep. So it was like super easy. It was just basically just hit auto and walk away, basically.
Now, was that experience once you got to the boss? Because from the chatter I've seen in the Envoy chat, the actual missions, these missions were pretty much just auto, not very fun. Now, you guys did do the early mission, didn't do the hardest difficulty, so maybe it's changed at the hardest difficulty as well.
Right.
But the boss seemed to be pretty fun. What were your thoughts on Knull when you actually got to Knull?
Yeah, he's super amazing looking, and his kit is really cool. Summoning symbiotes and everything like that. So I thought it was fun because it wasn't easy. You could only take down like maybe an eighth of his health bar between all three attacks or whatever. So I like the challenge part of it and the working together as a team. On the playtest, it was the whole Envoys all working together trying to take him down. So that part was really fun.
I like that. I'm looking forward to that. I did play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes 5-6 years ago. That was one thing that I liked. The Rancor boss, I think it was the one of the bosses, the big metal thing, and then the Sith Triumvirate, working towards that. Like, you can't beat it. Well, I think people were soloing it back when I started, but initially, you're not supposed to be able to solo that thing. It's supposed to be a challenge that you're working towards beating it and chipping away the damage. You see your damage go up a little bit more each day because your character is getting stronger, your strategy is getting better. That was something that's satisfying for me. So I'm looking forward towards that. Based on the feedback, though, this is what we have, or that's going to be coming to the game. The 6 zones here, but there was 6 zones here as well. Now there's 5. What do you think of this addition of the Herald mission? Because this was not there before, and now there's only 5 missions. So I think they brought the total missions that you had to beat, or the total waves, from 30 down to 19. So it's not as bad. Herald missions, were you able to play this on the second test of the the playtest of Battleworld?
I did, yeah. They're kind of like a sub boss.
Was that fun? Was that as fun as Knull, or was that just kind of auto-y?
It was. I don't know. It wasn't quite auto. You did have to play a little bit of the Herald mission. The other missions that aren't the special ones, those are still kind of auto, even with our full live in-game rosters we used on that second test. But the sub boss was kind of fun because it was like one of them was like Venom in the Pharaoh costume or whatever, and he was kind of big and bulky, and you had to take him down. So that was kind of fun. They did reduce the screen time, which we definitely had a lot of concerns about from the first test. So they were listening to some of our feedback, trying to make it a little more interesting. We're getting a third one, so we'll see how that goes, and hopefully
the first and second, they actually were implementing some of the feedback. They said the third, they're going to run it. They're not going to have time to take any changes or anything for that. Some of the negative feedback from the envoys and other people that experience the Battleworld, is that concerning for you? Do you think it's going to be like dead on arrival, or they're going to have that fun factor that we wanted? Is that going to be brought by Battleworld?
I hope. I mean, we gave them even more feedback that, on how to make it more fun. So I hope they listen to that. I hope it's not going to be a dud on this third test. We'll have to see. But
they're not going to be taking any feedback, so I hope it's not a dud either. Now, the other question I had, the actual the Scourges or room rules, I don't know what they call them, but the different modifiers for the room, did that actually make it more challenging? Did that add some fun factor as well, or was that just they're too easy? Our characters are too strong. It's not even a challenge.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a factor. I mean, like on that elite mission where you use Pegasus, it does help Pegasus a little bit, but it's definitely designed to have the Astral team or whatever the newer team is out.
All right. So we're gonna be either building Pegasus or struggling through this until the Astral team comes to the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. We'll talk about the Astral team in just a little bit, but I do want to talk about some data mines, which may or may not be like this when it actually goes in the game, because I think they're still making some changes in the test server. So this could be accurate, it could not be accurate. But what these data mines say right now, based on the math of Brother Quickdraw, every 7 days at difficulty 6, and I think this is difficulty 5, it's just showing up a little weird in the data mines. Right. You get 10 shards per week. There are no shards in difficulty, this will be 4 and below, with Knull being 180 shard unlocked by his calculations, 126 days at 100% difficulty, 6 to unlock Knull. I don't know if that's how it's going to be when it's in a game, but if it's like that, is that concerning for you as well? Is that too long to unlock Knull, or is Knull so good that this is the proper way to trickle out his release?
Well, I know the devs said that they did want to stretch it out quite a ways. So 4 months seems about like what they're kind of targeting from what they were telling us. And as far as like his kit goes, we don't know what the kit we're going to be getting in our hands. The kit that the Knull boss has is different than what we're going to be getting.
Yeah,
but I do hope there are. Yeah.
Sorry. The data mines. Can I clarify? To reiterate what you're saying, the data mines that we saw was based on the boss Knull. I don't think they have finalized the player version of Knull yet as well. So yeah.
No. I hope they have parts of his kit in the boss version, in the one that we get, the Knull that we get. But we'll just have to see, I guess.
They won't have that line of passive that he keeps reviving over and over when he dies, right?
True.
But now difficulty 6. So again, the way the data mines show up, it looks like there's it's supposed to be 5 difficulties. Difficulty 5 power recommendations for this level 100. Now these are recommendations, not requirements, which is a good thing. I like that they're recommending stuff, not requiring stuff. I like less requirements, but recommendations are fine. Level 100, gear tier 19, 7 yellow, 3 diamonds, ISO 8, 3 level 2, so almost a maxed out character.
Yep.
What difficulty did you guys test out on the test server? I know there was like the base difficulty on the first one. What was it for the second one? Was it a little harder?
It was difficulty 4.
Okay, so almost the hardest version.
Yeah, and I think they said that they're gonna let
auto through.
Yeah, it's still pretty easy. They did say though that they're gonna let alliances start out at difficulty 4.
Yeah,
and so you don't have to spend 5 weeks unlocking each single difficulty to get up to the max. So that was good.
Yeah, and I think they said they didn't want unless it's just jumping to the highest difficulty, they're not ready for it and just having a bad experience. And that's their justification for that, which does make sense.
Right.
All right. Let's get into the new Astral team. They will be very, very important from Battleworld, at least in our initial impressions. What was your thought when you saw this new Astral team, or when you first heard about this new Astral team? Emma Frost, Ancient One, Shadow King as the big legendary in this team. What are your overall thoughts on this team when you first saw this announced? Battleworld team, good for war defense.
Yeah.
What is the use case for this? Anything outside of that, or just those 2 game modes?
I don't know. I mean, they have the new stats, so that's going to help, obviously. But as far as like war, it looks like, they are going to definitely be a defensive team. Looks like they might be able to take out quite a bit of teams. But I do like the Ancient One. I'm glad they brought her in. It's the MCU Ancient One. I like that because I think in the comics he's an older guy or something like that.
He's an old Chinese man with a beard. And he's a bald Caucasian lady in the MCU with no beard.
But and then bringing in a new Emma is kind of interesting. I thought that was good. I like her character model though. It's really good.
They do good with the Emma character models.
But yeah,
I like them.
Yep. So, yeah. And then what else? Doctor Strange, his rework, I think, is finally a good rework for him. He's finally a good character in this game. And then Moondragon, I guess she was just kind of a throw-in, I guess.
She was pretty good already. Just didn't have the updated stats. But man, all right. So we'll talk about the effect of Doctor Strange and Moondragon right now because the Astral team's not here yet. But moving on, actually, what are your thoughts on this team? All of there are at least 2 abilities for each of these characters, and Shadow King as well, where the awakened abilities just affects them in war. They have battle roll bonuses in their normal kits, and then those are extended to war with those awakened abilities. Not sure how I feel about that. I see some positives and negatives on that. What are your thoughts on that? I do like that it extends bonuses, but I don't like that it seems unusable without the awakened abilities. So I like some things about that and don't like. What are your thoughts on the awakened abilities for war?
Yeah, I think it'll all depend on how we're able to get those awakened abilities. Like if it's just through offers, then that's going to be horrible for most players. Which I fully expect some of them to be through offers only.
Updog, so. I got to tell you, if it's just through offers, I don't care about war. I'm not buying those offers. I do care about Battleworld, and they have those already in their kits. So for me, I don't care about the awakened abilities because war is not a game mode that I enjoy.
Right. Yeah, there's a couple of awakened abilities that are going to be really important for war. One of them that gives speed up, one of them that gives like safeguard on spawn. So I just hope they handle it properly.
I do as well. Let's move on to the Ancient One. This is the first character on this list. Speed 122, Soul Strike. She is the brawler for the Astral team. Damage, gives ability energy out as well. Anything really about her kit that stands out? Does she have a big use case outside of Battleworld / war defense or offense? And then outside of this Astral team, is this a plug and play character or is just an important member of the Astral team?
I think she's just an important member of the Astral team. She does have one ability where she gives like 3 counters. Let's see, it looks like it's on her special, maybe? Yeah, and her special gives 3 counters to all allies, so it doesn't have to be Astral members. So you could plug and play her in there with a team that has like good ISO attacks or something like that, but other than that, she's pretty much just
I don't see a lot of call outs. There's a few. On her basic, you got a few, you got some on her ultimate, but there's not a lot of call outs. I think she'll have some value. Other modes, obviously not arena, not the raid. So maybe as a hybrid plug and play character for Crucible. And if you don't have the awakened abilities, maybe the hybrid team for war. Let's move on to Emma Frost. I like her character model as well. She's going to be a support hero version of Emma Frost, which I guess she is more of a hero in the comics than she was a villain. I'm more familiar with the villain version of Emma Frost. What did you think about this inclusion of her as a hero on this team?
Yeah, I know. I remember when she first came out, the original Emma to the game, and everybody's like, well, she's a hero, she's not a villain, and blah, 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 blah. And so it's kind of nice that they did make another version of her, and she does have good synergy with X-Men
like
characters.
4 years, Updog.
Yeah, yep, I know, right? They want to make sure that the old Emma was moved out of the meta, I think.
Yeah, and they wanted to sell that costume for the old Emma before they got the new Emma.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think of her use case outside of Astral, outside of Battleworld? Does she have enough in her kit that doesn't have Astral and X-Men callouts and everything to make her viable in the game modes? And I know thematically, she has a lot of callouts to X-Men. Will she be used with an X-Men team, at least initially? Maybe down the road in some, people have some weird hybrid teams, but initially, without reworks and stuff, do you see her getting any use in this with this X-Men tag?
I think she will, yeah. It all depends on the character release method for her. Like,
True.
let's say you get a big jackpot and then you don't have the rest of the Astral members, the new ones, so you just throw her on a team with X-Men, and that would make her useful.
Extreme X-Men with those Masters of Evil in the Room 5 Crucible, maybe?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe we'll get some new rules by the time most people get the character to a usable level, but
True.
if you're buying her, maybe you can use that character there. I think she looks like a good character, and I think they did sort of incorporate the original Emma kit into her kit a little bit. Did you notice that?
Yep.
She clears abilities and stuff like that. I do like that. I think the original Star-Lord, his kid looked kind of like the newer Star-Lord and things like that.
Yeah,
So I like that they
like that.
newer characters. All right, let's talk about this update. The original OG Doctor Strange. The Heartless does have a few similarities to him, but this is the OG.
Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, he's had a few reworks. The reworks for the Supernatural, he sucked. The reworks for the Secret Defenders, he sucked. This looks like a pretty good rework, though. Base stats got increased a lot, lots of armor, lots more damage, and not just. This is a good character now. I think he's gonna have a lot of plug and play value. What are your thoughts on this character right now? Are you using him on the Secret Defenders? Is he that valuable? Even without the kit changes, he's got his stat increases. Does that make him a character that's worthy of use right now?
Yeah, I actually put him on Crucible defense with Secret Defenders.
And what happened?
This week, and it was making New Warriors struggle versus them. Okay. Because New Warriors would used to just run over them, but then they're starting to struggle. So. Right. It's worth it.
Where is his use case? I think he's gonna find a home in Crucible in a lot of defenses. Without the Awakened abilities on a non-full Astral team, he's probably gonna be on some teams in War as well, but probably not in Arena, not in the raid. So is this just for Battleworld, War, and Crucible?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Unfortunately, but it's better than what he was.
It's definitely better than what he was. All right, Moondragon. Now, same question except about the Infinity Watch. Is she kicking butt on Infinity Watch right now? Not even with their kit increases, just her base stat increases.
Well, yeah, she's definitely surviving a lot longer than the other Infinity Watch members for me. So
is that making the Infinity Watch team a problem, or is it just Moondragon that's a problem though?
It's just Moondragon that's a problem. All
right. I like what they did though. They did this with the Secret Defenders. They did this with the Infinity Watch. They increased some of the base stats for the rest of the characters to take lines out of the passive. I hope they do that with a lot of characters. Did you enjoy that? Just to make the passives a little more simple. It does make the base stats a little more complicated. They got to go fix that. But just to make those passives a little more simple, I enjoyed that. Did you enjoy that as well, or did you rather keep the base stats how they were?
Yeah, I'm glad they're kind of separating it out, and anything where it makes the text a lot less to read is nice for people.
I agree. Let me know your thoughts on this team, ladies and gentlemen. I think they're going to be great for Battleworld. The big question is, how big are they going to be, or how much use are going to get outside of Battleworld and obviously outside of War? As we move on, brother Updog, to this event that's going on right now, the Haunted Hour. Main thing for me on this event is this Agatha costume. I want this costume. I'm sick of looking at this version of Agatha. I want to look at the version of Agatha that I know. It's like the bald Ancient One versus the bearded Ancient One. I don't know this version. I know this version, so I want to see that version of the game. Now, some people, there was some issues with this, right? Because these claims, the milestone points for daily objectives, first day wasn't there. Second day launched, wasn't there. So what they did, they extended this, and I think at this point you should have 15,000 from the milestones. I have that, but the good thing is, if you don't have that, if you missed all the previous days, you can still get all these points. 7 days times 5, 35,000, and then you get 10, 10, that is 55,000. That's more than these milestones. So even if you missed the first 3 days, haven't done any blitzing, you still could get these costumes. What do you think of this Haunted Hour event, other than the script in the beginning?
It's good. I like it. It's bonus stuff for basically for free, for just playing the game. So I love it when they do that.
It's not totally for free, Updog. You do have to blitz. You got to use these characters in blitz for a little bit. So it's a little pain that you got to go through this costume. Actually, if you claim all of these, though, you would have to do no blitzing, because that would be the 50,000. Oh no, that would be 10 days. Never mind. No, you do have to do some blitzing. My calculation's off. But yeah, I like these. I like the costume. I like these. I think they're a great reward for grinding in the game. I don't want to purchase these costumes, but I would definitely grind. Something that I wouldn't do. I would blitz a lot for these costumes. So if they want engagement, they'll get engagement from me for these costumes, but not money. So it'll get them some of their marks that they want to reach. All right. The other big thing that we have going on right now is this event, the Zombie and Vampire event. Pretty good event, but it was a little busted in the beginning. We got a notice about it yesterday to clear up some compensation. On October 17th, they say. The version of Thirst Challenge are briefly accessible in the game, and it says a version, not the correct version, because there was some weird things in that. Ahead of schedule, as previously communicated, this version did not provide the intended experience for players due to this event was taken down. So was giving a little more rewards than is in the final version, and in that version we had an extra Moon Knight instead of Man Thing. Were you able to play this version of the event when it launched?
No, a lot of the times right at reset I'm not able to get on, so unfortunately I didn't, but I know a lot of people that did.
Yeah, I was able to get on it. I was able to play it. I was like, this is hard. And I played it 2 times and I was like, yeah, they'll give compensation for this. I'm done. I didn't grind through it like some people. Some people were able to grind through that first mission. It was not fun. And then use their characters to get all the way to 6, or the second to the last mission there, and was able to grind and get a lot of stuff. So since this issue was nuanced, we want to provide a breakdown how we're handling these issues prior to releasing compensation. Please read the details. So for players that did not make any progress in the Thirst event on October 17th, we're sending out the resources below. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but they also gave resources to players that made progress on the Thirst event. They also saw some kind of compensation. There was somebody in chat this morning that did get compensation, and they were able to make progress in the event. They thought, oh, I shouldn't have gotten that. What are your thoughts on this? I kind of like that everybody got some stuff, so.
Yeah,
but because
it's nice that everybody got stuff.
Yeah, because the way I look at it, if those players didn't do any of this, if nobody did anything, there'd be zero compensation. So I'm glad they did all that. They got all these rewards. They got more stuff than me. That's fine. But if they didn't do that, I would get zero compensation. So I'm glad they did that. They can have the double compensation. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of these rewards. What did you think of these rewards, this compensation for the event, Updog?
I was surprised they put purple ISO in there. That was good for people who are chasing Odin. The red gear was quite a bit too. The teal gear really didn't matter to me much, but I know it helped quite a few people. Let's see, the candy was nice.
Zombie Hunter orb.
The Zombie Hunter, those were good. The Man Thing team orbs, that was amazing.
Let's talk about that. What did you get with that? Did you unlock Man Thing?
Actually, yes, I did get a lucky pull of 100. I got like 111 charge or something like that.
All right, so I didn't get it on this, But from the vampire zombie event, I opened the orb and I got a lucky 100 pull on Man Thing as well. So I unlocked Man Thing almost from this event. I did buy some of those daisy chain offers and I got trash from that. So I didn't have unlocked. I didn't buy all the daisy chain offers, but I got some of them. Didn't unlock them from that, but I got it from kind of this stuff. So as far as the compensation, this is what it shows here. So some pretty decent things. Let me know what you guys got. How many Man Thing shards did you get from this? And if we look at this, there was some difference in the reward. So this is what it was previously. As you can see, this is what it was 30 when it was 30. The ions were different. 3,700 for the top level. This is what it is now. 1,600 for the top level. As we go and look at some of the other resources here that got a little lowered. This is probably a little easier to see what some of the resources are in this. This was the initial window was at 30. So the rewards went down probably about 60% as well. What do you think of them changing this? And I guess it technically wasn't changed because this was a bad version that went in the game. This was the version that was supposed to be in the game. What do you think of them changing it after the fact, though? Even if this wasn't supposed to be the rewards, do you think that they should have left the rewards at this level?
Yeah, because 90, so like if you do that 3 times, that's what, 270. That's not a round number. I hate when they do odd numbers of stuff and you can't like open a full orb of something, you know what I mean? So just keep it the old way.
They do that on purpose, though. They want you to hate it so much that you spend money. Like, I hate this. Let me just spend money and get rid of this problem. They know that you hate it. That's why they do that.
Yep. True.
All right, but let's talk about these events, the difficulty for this event. This was pretty challenging, and it wasn't working at the start, but when it started working, I thought it was fun. When you eat the brains, you have to coordinate that. Zombie Iron Man just died, so his hunger and his satiation didn't really matter. Zombie Juggernaut was the key to this. Were you able to get all of these levels? How did you do? What did you think of the difficulty, the fun factor? What was this event like for you?
Up until like that second to last one or the last one too, I got through them all. But Zombie Juggernaut was the MVP, and I did like the mechanic. I hope they use that in maybe something like Battleworld, or I don't know. We'll have to see.
Was made. I think it was made a little too late for them to implement it in this Knull season, but hopefully in future seasons they can do stuff like this, because this weird, crazy stuff. I like this stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Zombie Juggernaut, the hero here. Starving and Ravenous were fun. The rest of this was kind of auto up until that. It wasn't that fun, but these last two were pretty fun. This next one, I actually did all these attempts before I opened my compensation, so I didn't even attempt the last one with Man Thing. I was like, this is too difficult with a 4-piece, so I'm yet to go in. What was the difficulty like for you? I did have Oath unlocked, and I got lucky. I got like 2 big jackpot drops for Blade, so I got really lucky on Blade. But so
nice.
Yeah, my Blade is decent.
Yeah, Blade is fun. And Oath, I heard that Oath is like super important for these ones. I already had her too. I got a lucky drop on her as well.
Oh my goodness.
So, but I haven't been able to get past that last difficulty, just like you. So
all right, did you try it with Man Thing?
Yes, I did try it with Man Thing. I think you need like a 5-star Man Thing probably to get through it. So it's tough.
I might be able to get a 4-1, but I don't think I'll get a unless I get another 100 drop, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, but I'll be attempting this today. Hopefully we can get some decent rewards. But just the challenge of it, I'm looking forward to the challenge, because it was tough. All right.
Yep.
Let's move on to the event that this all feeds into, this zombie invasion event. There is a leaderboard for this, and the leaderboard for this is the big jackpot is these Man Thing diamonds. We also have some crimson gear. We have some purple ISO 8 gear. Is this a leaderboard that you are personally pushing for? Because normally with these characters that take normal credits to upgrade, the normal diamond credits, silver diamond credits, not the dark diamond credits, it's a little cheaper. This stuff is a lot more abundant than the dark diamond credit characters. So are you pushing for this just because you want to push and you want to get the biggest ranking, or are you looking at rewards? When do you push and when do you not, Updog?
So like for this one is like power core spending, and then like the showcase energy, which the power cores, you only get like 1 point.
Yeah, so it's
per
not,
power core,
it's not
so it's
really
not
based
very,
on power core spending at all. Not with a 1 point per, but if you're spending power cores to refresh this, like you said, 5 points per.
Right. It's really hard to get a lot of points in this event, and I don't think one diamond or
it's from
2 diamonds is going to make a difference.
It's from the raids. If you bought these characters having at certain levels, then they reward you with points for this event. If you didn't, you're not rewarded with points for this event. It's free. But yeah, and then obviously the vampire and the zombie hunter orb fragments that you're getting from that is important for that. But yeah, it's pretty decent as far as the milestones. As far as the actual orb though, for this, a zombie hunter orb that you're getting in this, what do you think of the contents of it? We got some decent stuff in there. We got some of this some gold. We also have training mats as the option. We got 2 unfarmable characters here in Nimrod and Omega Sentinel. The rest of the characters are farmable. And the last slot is for Crimson Gear. So what do you think of this orb as you're opening it? More satisfying than some of the... Sorry.
I like the last one that we had from last week where it gave like dark diamonds and stuff like that. This one I give like a C+.
That was
C+
awesome.
rating for this one.
C+, okay. Yeah, I think C+ is where this orb is right now. All right, but we did get some compensation for something I didn't even notice last week. Did you notice, or I guess not last week, but on October 9th, there was an issue with Scourges. I guess the Scourges were a lot easier. Difficulty 10 and above, I think they were like really low enemies. So if you started to do that then, you could have gotten some real easy unlocks for these characters. Did you notice that at the time?
No, I mean, I heard about it, heard people reporting it, but it didn't affect me. I'm already done with everything. So the fact that we got this, everybody got this compensation, I think is great. You know, those extra mega gold orbs, maybe you can get hit a jackpot on those. So.
How great is this for newer players that are trying to get that unlocked for Red Hulk, Formula Faye, Rogue?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a great thing for new players, though.
I like it. I like this. Like, this doesn't affect me. This is just for Ultimate's food, but giving more of this, more accessibility to some of these older characters. This is great. Other thing I want to mention, Scopeland, for watching, reduce the dark diamond credits or the dark credit purchases for these characters because it made sense at the time, but they're way overpriced right now. These characters are not worth those diamonds on them at the current rate of that. But let's move on to this, the candy store. Is there still stuff for you to purchase in the candy store?
Yeah, I've been buying the Awakened abilities and some of the Crimson uniques that I need. And then if Captain Britain ever shows up, then I'll buy him, but he's really elusive.
How many times has he showed up for you?
I think it's like 4.
All right. Are you doing your refreshes? As you can see, I'm doing my 50 core refresh. I'm doing all my 50 core refreshes. I was a little off last week. There's only 2 50 core refreshes that you get per reset, not 3. So that's 300 cores per day. I've been doing all of them. I've got them pop up 7 times.
Oh,
not a lot.
Dang.
But I'm doing pretty good at Hank Pym. I had like 100 shards of Hank Pym before this candy store popped up. So Hank Pym, I'm doing pretty good. And so I'm buying these Awakened abilities. I think I bought in everything that I have or that I don't have, that I didn't have before the candy store launch. So I don't think there's Awakened abilities that I can buy. I'm buying Crimson Gear. I need a lot of that lattice stuff, this stuff. I'm buying Crimson Gear. Once in a while, I'm buying these old diamond fragments, but let's say all you want is Captain Britain, because I know there's some people in that situation. They got the Awakened abilities, they don't really need this stuff, and they got Black Panther, Shuri, Hank Pym already unlocked. Are you just gonna buy this stuff, this diamond orb fragments on that last day, hopefully get some dark diamond credits? Is that what you're gonna be doing, or is that is this
that's about the only thing.
What do you buy if you have all these Awakened abilities already?
I mean, for me, that'd be about the only thing else that I'd want. It just build up your diamond stash a little bit more.
Captain Britain, and then maybe getting some of these, what is it? This stuff here. This, the dark diamond credits from opening this and failing from getting Oath. All right, so that's I guess what I'm doing, and I think that's what the best purchases are right now. One more PSA in the offer section as we go down. I didn't notice this till chat told me about this morning. 10 for 10. Gladiator is in there now. I think Peter B was in there previously. I didn't notice this because the other characters I think I have at 7 stars. This one I don't, so I'm gonna buy this character. So PSA, guys, make sure you guys are checking on these 10 for 10s all the way at the bottom. If you don't have the characters already at 7 stars, get it. If you already have it 7 stars, then it may be worth the Ultimus food. Probably not though. Updog, have you been getting all these 10 for 10s so far?
Not yet. I mean, I have the characters maxed so far that have showed up, so maybe they'll do a Captain Britain in there. Who knows?
Is it worth the 10 power cores for some
Ultimus
food shards for some Ultimus food?
No,
for you?
Not for Ultimus food, but for if you don't have them maxed, then yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Definitely worth the character shards if you don't have them maxed. All right, next thing, let's talk about the free-to-play release of these characters, because as you can see, I unlocked Odin. I still don't have a Mega Sentinel unlocked. I got Man-Thing, really lucky. Still don't have a Mega Sentinel unlocked. How are you doing with these new characters releases? And I think even my my Nimrod, I got lucky on Nimrod.
Yeah.
So
you did.
My Nimrod, which I didn't buy, has more stars than the Sentinel character that I did buy. So this is weird for me. I don't think I like this. There's not a lot of hype when characters go to the premium orbs and the mega orbs. There used to be a lot of hype. Not as much hype for these new character releases because everybody knows, it's gonna be at least a month before their event comes around. What do you think of these new character releases? We've had this in the game for about a month or two. Now that we've had it for a while, what do you think of this in retrospect?
It feels like, I don't know, like you're just having to log in so you can get these orbs, just a couple orbs a day, and it doesn't feel as exciting about unlocking a character a month or 6 weeks after they come out. It just doesn't feel as exciting, but it does feel exciting when you get that big jackpot. So I don't know, it's a trade-off.
That's what I was gonna say. There's two things: that big jackpot in that, and when you eventually get that character unlocked, does it still have that same impact as it did when you got them earlier? What are your feelings on this? Because two things. So the jackpot, you've gotten a few of these jackpots. How good does that feel when you actually get that jackpot? Or does it make your other ones a little worse because now you're expecting the jackpot?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird because when I got Man-Thing and Oath, like I have a smaller blade, so now I have a bigger of those characters and a smaller one of the character that came out before them. So it's really super awkward.
I mean, I got the free character. I got more stars on the character that I bought. So that's another weird one. The Dark Dimension 8 character should be hard to unlock. Unlock them before the Mega Sentinel, who was released like a month ago.
It's so awkward compared to how we used to have things happen in the game. So I don't know.
Is there a solution so that players can still have their fun like we did in the past, and Scopely can still hit their sales targets or whatever they need? Is there a solution that is on the top of your head that you can come up to, or is nothing good is coming right now? Because I can't think of anything.
I really liked the. Yeah, I told the devs that I really liked the Oath orb, how you have that pity mechanic where you get her like 675 core orb if you open so many of her other orbs, and so I do like that part of it. And I do like the fact that they do keep those 675 core orbs available in the store for so long. Like the Orcus characters are still in there that you can buy shards for. So
I think that is a good positive thing that I forgot about that. Those orbs stay in the store longer. I think that's a positive effect of this. I'm not sure if I like the new pity mechanic for Oath or not, because previously with the milestones, you're getting like minimal shards here and there, and then once in a while you get that orb. But when you're just getting the orb, like with the Oath, that took a lot of orbs to open. Yeah. And then when I finally opened it, I got 6 shards. Whereas the previous milestones, I could have been getting 2 shards here, 2 shards all that time. So I don't know. It's a different pity mechanic. And if you hit the jackpot, obviously it's a lot better for you. But if you don't hit the jackpot, I'm not sure which one's better. I guess it's a personal taste. Let me know which ones you guys like better down in the comments. I mean, think of those things though. Which one do you think that's a better one or a worse one than we've had with the milestones for Oath? Just if you don't hit the jackpots, obviously.
If I don't hit the jackpot, it's probably a little bit worse, I'd say. I think Sentinel had a good one where he had the guaranteed 1 shard per orb.
I like that one. Guaranteed 1 shard. We got a lot of stuff, and you had the milestones. I think that's the better way to do it. Even with that, though, I still have less Sentinel shards than Nimrod. So,
Me too.
If you don't hit the jackpot, it's kind of weird. But they can make some changes. I know what they're trying to do, and I know how the players feel, and I think there's a happy medium that both can be happy with all that.
Right.
All right, let's move on to your crazy freaking room, Updog. Mike, why did you do this to us? Why did you do this to the community? What are you doing, dude?
Well, it's a funny story. So I had my community vote on the room, and I had people give me
your community that voted on it. Your community did this to us.
But I'll tell you where it came from, though. So there was not I asked people for ideas for rooms, and I had 9 really good ideas, and I was like, well, I should probably do a 10th because that just makes sense, right? More round number. So I just got to thinking, and this is the room that I thought up just in my head, and I'm like, well, okay, so this will hopefully help lower, if you're punching up quite a bit, you should be able to clear the room no matter what in 3 attacks instead of the team always healing up and stuff. So that's why I did the healing part, and then I just like the Valkyrie passive in War where it gives the safeguard immunity and defense up. Gotcha. So that's where that comes from. But everybody loved it, so that's what they voted on.
Yeah, I mean it's an interesting room. Now there's some weird effects in there, right? That we weren't sure how this healing is going to work. Do they still have drain? There's no drain. Does it bypass the heal block? All those moves that say bypass heal block, does that still work? Not really. But the interesting thing is Apocalypse, Scarlet Witch, anything that rebalances health totally screws up your team. Did you see that? Yeah. Did you see people make that mistake on day 1, day 2, using the Apocalypse special? Scarlet Witch was
I did. Yes, I had a lot of complaints directly in my DMs about that.
Why did you do that?
I didn't know that's how it worked because I thought Scarlet Witch.
Nobody did.
I thought Scarlet Witch would actually be good in that room, redistributing all the health, but I didn't know that's how the mechanic worked in the game. I thought the trains would work too, but nope, they don't work either. So they're just kind of screwed now. I actually won 3 times. I don't think I played 3 in a row.
I don't think I played very well though, so I didn't post the video about day 2 and day 3 because I totally screwed that up. But we did manage to get the win. Were there some interesting counters that you saw, or some interesting solutions that you saw in Crucible that you weren't expecting?
Let's see. So Night Stalkers just destroys Orcus like no other. They get a 83-72 on them is what I've gotten 2 times. That was crazy. What else?
Hive Mind. Now this was a big punch up for Hive Mind. Almost a million punch up, but Hive Mind against the equal power Night Stalkers destroys them. Absolutely destroys them. We would have, but we didn't have enough damage. So this is the right counter, but
the Alpha Flight is, going to be good in room 3, the raid room. So I think people forgot that Alpha Flight's kind of a raid team. So, and North Star is a really strong passive. So it's been interesting to see what happens. I don't know why people put Odin in room 6 because he can't heal up. So just makes him easier to take down.
You know why, Updog? Because the passives are so long. People don't remember every little line of the passives. You gotta read the room rules, then go back and read each character. Yeah, people don't have time for that all the time, unless you got a photographic memory that you remember all the rules. But I think it's been fun so far. I hope I played better. I did get lucky, but unfortunately, I did move up to the next league. I went from Diamond 1 or Diamond 2 to Diamond 3. So next week, I'm probably going to be going 0-3. Get my butt kicked. But any other final thoughts on this week?
No, I don't think so. It's been pretty interesting learning opportunities, I guess. So
yeah, true. All right, let's move on to the data mines, and not just the data mines, but the Knull rewards, but about this overwhelming hunger. And if we cross-reference that with a blog post, overwhelming hunger is the last milestone on this month-long milestone. Should be appearing October 28th. And what did data mines say? It could be totally changed when we get the blog post tomorrow. It could be totally changed when it goes live. But what the data mines say is, you're going to score points by battling in war with the Undying team, which makes sense. Scarlet Witch release should be very soon. Complete Sugar Rush web event, earning Undying orb fragments from the Red Dead rematch campaign. Does this mean Scarlet Witch is getting a campaign release like Zombie Juggernaut? One of those old school campaign releases?
Oh man, it's probably going to be something like Zombie Juggernaut, I'd say. I really miss those event campaign things that they used to do for each character every patch, but right, so, I don't think it's going to be that.
So with this in mind, that there is a campaign, at least in the data mines, we know the way that Zombie Iron Man, Zombie Scarlet, or Zombie Iron Man and Zombie Juggernaut were released, and we know the new character release cadence. So with all that in mind, is Zombie Scarlet Witch getting a traditional character release like Juggernaut and Iron Man did?
I think so, yeah.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
All right, so rewards for this will include T3 level 1 ions, dark promo credits, Crimson Mystic gear, blade shards. Is this Blades event and Scarlet Witch release event in the same week?
Could be, yeah. Definitely could be.
That's what it seems like to me. But of course, these are data mines and things always change with data mines and stuff. Undying Orb, what it contains is a terrifying assortment of undying character shards, including the all new Zombie Scarlet Witch. So it looks like you're getting orb shards from this. She's in the orb. And the rewards for this have blade shards. So it does look like it's all of them. Scarlet Witch event, Scarlet Witch release event, and Blades release event all coming next week. if what I'm speculating is true.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
All right, 2 new events coming. Now this one, Scarlet Scourge, where you're battling a race. It says it's for growing commanders. So I think this is more for mid-game players, because they do mention help you take on the challenges of the Scourge event, unlocking Morgan Le Fay, and that's at player 65. What do you think of this? Good catch-up event?
Yeah, good catch-up mechanic. It's always good to have the mid-game players catch up a little bit faster.
Yes. So. And the new players catch up very, very fast. And this one looks like it's an event for returning commanders. So this one, Battleworld Beckons. This one says spend campaign energy, battle in raid and arena to earn amazing rewards for Battleworld Beckons. Special milestones for returning commanders. So it doesn't look like everybody's going to get this. Just this one will be for growing commanders. So at probably a certain threshold of commander levels, between this amount, you'll get this milestones. If you're a returning player, maybe you hadn't logged in for X amount of days, maybe you'll get this one. That's kind of where my head is going with this. And you can help power up some characters you could help to take on Battleworld for this. Any excitement for you? Is this going to affect you at all? Because I don't think this is going to affect me at all.
No, I don't think it'll affect me, but it's like I said, it's always nice that they have catch-up mechanics. So I'm glad they're still doing that.
Maybe Morgan Le Fay shards for your Ultimate store.
Yep.
Maybe. Get all nice. Okay. All right, and that is it for the news Updog. Lots of good stuff coming up next week. Lots of exciting stuff coming up. Battleworld coming up. Comp, and then obviously some voting for the Thunderbolts team. Let me know your hype level. Any other final thoughts, brother Updog?
Go vote. Get that free stuff. Can't miss out on that.
Vote. Get all your votes in. Get the free stuff. Hopefully you're all ready for Battleworld, and hopefully you got some value from this video. And if you did, leave it a like. It is free. Tremendously helps at the ValleyFlyin channel. Make sure you are subscribed to Updog's channel. Check him out on Twitch, on Discord as well. And if you want to see what is the biggest mistake that I made in Dark Dimension 8 that cost me a few weeks in Odin and getting Odin, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Are you ready for a big, fat fist bump from the Hulk or from ValleyFlyin? A Hulk fist bump. All right, here we go. Hulk fist bump. Updog, ValleyFlyin out. Have a great week, guys.